was bare and his seal was gone. Gaston was the first to speak, his voice dripping with false concern. "My lord," Gaston whispered, "I saw Bruno lingering near your chambers late last night. Perhaps his honesty is merely a mask for a thief's heart." The palace guards marched to Bruno's room, led by the stern Captain Garrick. Bruno stood confused as they tossed his belongings aside. Then, with a cry of triumph, Garrick pulled the signet ring from the boot. Bruno's heart sank like a stone in a well. "I did not take it," he cried, but the guards seized his arms and dragged him toward the depths of the castle. Bruno was taken to the Tower of Forgetfulness, a place where the walls were thick and the light was thin. The heavy iron door groaned as it closed, locking him away from the world he loved. He sat on the cold straw floor, his head in his hands. He was an honest man in a dishonest world, and it seemed the shadows had finally won. Chapter 2: The Tiny Alley. Days turned into weeks in the damp silence of the dungeon. Bruno's only comfort was the small crust of rye bread he received each afternoon. One evening, as he prepared to eat his meager meal, he heard a faint sound, a delicate scritch-scratch against the stone. A pair of tiny, bright eyes peeped out from a crack in the wall. Most men would have shooed the creature away, but Bruno felt a kinship with the small wanderer. "Are you hungry too, little one?" he whispered. He broke his bread in two and held out the larger half. The rat, whom Bruno named Scritch, hesitated and then scurried forward, taking the offering with tiny, trembling paws. Every day, Scritch returned, and every day Bruno shared what he had. One night, Scritch did not come for bread. Instead, the rat dragged something through the crack in the wall. It was a heavy, metallic object that clinked against the floor. Scritch pushed it toward Bruno, its whiskers twitching with pride. Bruno picked up the object and wiped away the grime. His breath caught in his throat. It was a second signet ring, the real one. He realized Gaston had framed him with a clever brass fake, hiding the true gold deep in the castle's drains. "Oh, Scritch," Bruno breathed, "you have found the truth that was buried." When Duke Leopold came to the tower to see if Bruno would finally confess, Bruno presented the true ring and told the story of the tiny seeker. The Duke recognized the authentic seal immediately. Bruno was freed, Gaston was banished for his treachery, and from that day on, the most honest man in the kingdom never ate a meal without his smallest, most loyal friend by his side.